Hey guys, welcome back to the TohirT channel. TohirT is here. As always, I know, different one. You saw the thumbnail, you know the topic. We're talking about untimely passing of Chadwick Boseman, and to me it was a different one because not only thanks to how much of an inspiration he was, the way I felt yesterday was like you lose yet another one of those icons that you knew could have accomplished so much more, but also simply because of the fact that he was such a cherished personality. He had so much emotion, so much passion, so much joy in his smile and his life that it's hard to imagine that this person was going through so much. And I don't want to fall into the sadness. I'd rather actually celebrate him, celebrate his achievements, celebrate how he impacted and inspired me, and how I'm confident he will inspire all those people who will carry the joy that he brought in their lives within themselves, within their hearts for years to come. That's the only way I know how to celebrate people, by exploring the impact that they had on all of us. Without further ado, let's just do it and let's talk about this amazing person, the one and only Black Panther. I vividly remember 3 of his key movies and the time and the place and who I was with when I watched them. This is a testament to how much of an impression he made on me as an actor. 42 was the first movie I've seen with him, like many of us, and it was 2013 if I recall correctly. My wife and I were about to get married, the new movie about Jackie Robinson coming out, and my wife, as a black woman, she really wanted to watch it. For her, it was one of those legacy movies that is worth looking back to and acknowledging the history that it took us to get here today in the diversity of this country. So of course we went there and we watched it. Funny enough, I don't recall the movie as much as I remember Chadwick and his performance. I didn't even know who he was back then. I couldn't even remember his name, yet I remembered that face and I thought to myself, okay, I will see this guy in quite a few movies going forward. Then you fast forward a couple of years later, I'm on a flight to Austin, Texas for work, and I just was switching through the in-flight entertainment and I saw this movie, Get On Up. Happened to be a fan of funk style music, so I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try. I think I recognize the guy on this whatever movie cover. And I was so mesmerized by the movie and his performance. To this day I remember these like final scenes of him walking through that, whatever it was, like an office building, and just like shooting the shotgun by accident up into the roof, and like the facial performance that he showed, all the emotions, how he really embodied that character. That's like, to me it's still amazing that I recall I was on the plane watching the movie and watching the performance, yet to me it felt like I was in the theater sitting right in the front row watching him act out the entire movie. That's how big of an impression he made on me back then through that acting. Finally, 2018, February, now I know who he is, and we're about to go with my wife to watch the Black Panther on the premiere day. I was so excited, I was like, I have to get the tickets on the opening night for this movie, and we did. And coming into the theater and seeing all the people wearing the dashikis, wearing the threads and the patterns and the colors of the regions of the Africa that their ancestors are from, or they are from, seeing that colorful festival of people inside the theater was truly honor. Like today I feel like I was honored to be in the presence of the true festival, that first day of the Black Panther, the event, the movie that truly helped a lot of people in this country and across the globe see their representation on a big silver screen in a major blockbuster movie with predominantly black and a cast that truly represented different regions of Africa. And that impact, the word that you'll hear me use a lot in this video, was not accidental. Ryan Coogler, the director of the movie, Chadwick Boseman, the entire cast of the movie were really and truly passionate about bringing that world to life.
We knew that we had something special that we wanted to give the world, that we could be full human beings in the roles that we were playing, that we could create a world that exemplified a world that we wanted to see. We knew that we had something that we wanted to give. And one thing I do know, did it change the industry? I know that you can't have a Black Panther now without a 2 on it. So we love you and we celebrate it.
The lesson that I learned over the past 24 hours is that it does not matter how tough the road gets. It does not matter what are you dealing with. All that matters is your goal and your purpose and the people who will be inspired by your actions. He went through the pinnacle of his career, acting in all of these movies, putting in every single bit of his soul into every act that he had to perform, and he did not want to take anything back from those characters. He really, I think, understood the amount of impact that he could potentially make if he would do all the things the right way, if he would portray those characters in the right way. I'm truly honored with the fact that he realized someone like King T'Challa being on the screen, showing all the black kids out there what the true character of this statue could be when he's portrayed in the right way, would make a long-lasting impression on all of them. And he did not want to steal the spotlight from that character. The news of his illness and the fact that he's battling with cancer while shooting the movie would certainly take away a little bit of that affection that people developed for the character. Because for that moment in time, when they were in theater, they did not see Chadwick Boseman. They saw the King T'Challa embodied through Chadwick Boseman, and no news, no personal information, keeping everything in a close circle allowed people to really focus on the character and for a moment forget about who the actor behind that character was. That does not take away anything from Chadwick Boseman. I think it's on the contrary, it shows the true actor really investing their all into one single movie to make sure that they have that impact. They inspire people for generations. This is a testament of the character. This is a true testament of who we call a king of the Wakanda, king of that world that he created. And I know for a fact from watching some of those interviews that he realized the potential that he has on making that impact. Here are a couple of examples of those clips where you can tell he cares about who will watch his movies, and he cares about the kind of impression he will make on those people.
For me, it's one of the reasons why I get up in the morning and I do what I do. Like there's actually a couple of kids that I've connected with while I was shooting Black Panther, and I would literally, when I was tired, I just think of them, you know. So thinking about them seeing a movie, I think back now to a kid and just, you know, waiting for Christmas to come, waiting for my birthday to come, waiting for a toy that I was going to get a chance to experience, or a video game. I did live life waiting for those moments. And so it put me back in the mind of being a kid, just to experience those two little boys' anticipation of this movie. And when I found out that they
take your time with it.
yeah, it means a lot.
It's heart-throbbing, like honestly seeing how he reacted to some of those situations, right? Understanding how he's inspiring those kids, the younger generation. And he fully understands the value of paying forward with your acts. After all, he himself benefited from someone paying forward. Back in his Howard University days, he was one of those students who was accepted in a prestigious theatrical school, but yet he had no means to afford the actual education, the actual tuition fee there. And his then teacher, Felicia Rashad, another famous actor of color, she was able to solicit an anonymous donation to that class that enabled them to go and learn and become better actors. And what do you know? The person who donated those funds ended up being Denzel Washington. You know how much it meant for him to pay forward and to see those actors go on with their careers. And now understanding how Chadwick Boseman saw that act really inspired him to move forward. You can hear it from Chadwick Boseman himself.
Your tuition for that summer was paid for, and that your benefactor was none other than the dopest actor on the planet. I have no doubt that there are similar stories at boys and girls clubs and theaters and churches across the country where I know you have also inspired and motivated others. An offering from a sage and a king is more than silver and gold. It is a seed of hope, a bud of faith. There is no Black Panther without Denzel Washington.
It is hard to find an appropriate way to end this video. After all, I still think it's hard to accept the fact that this person is not here anymore, especially because, again, of how much life, how much spirit, how much of that bliss he had. Again, looking at him every single time he did those interviews, he smiled, he showed the emotions. And this is also the perfect example of the reason why you should never judge people based on purely your initial impression or how they act. You never know what people are dealing with in their personal lives, and you always have to be mindful of that. If you don't have time to check out all these interviews and clips that I use, that I link down below, just check the first link. Chadwick Boseman on Tonight Show, really having a chance to interact with some of those fans who have seen the Black Panther for the first, second, third, or fourth time. Like, the interactions that he had with all of those people, you can see Chadwick Boseman. It's not an actor, it's not an act. This is Chadwick Boseman in his natural environment, being himself and really appreciating people for who they are.
No. You guys, you're a gorgeous family.
That is unexpected.
Gorgeous for the
Amazing. Thank you. Wow, what a surprise.
To me, seeing that kid looking at Chadwick is enough to understand how much he meant to the young generation, how much he means to the young generation today. Although, if we want to laugh a little bit about it, I'd probably be either between this guy or this guy.
I've seen the movie twice in theaters already and once on bootleg. It was incredible. Thank you.
Wait, you gonna bootleg my movie?
We must carry on his spirit. We must carry on his teaching. We must take care of this upcoming generation that was impacted by his work. I wholeheartedly believe in the fact that we're yet to see the effect that he had, because all of those kids are just right now working towards creating the legacy and matching the legacy that Chadwick showed them. We're yet to see all those artists who, inspired by the work, inspired by seeing the world of Wakanda, inspired by all those movies that he was part of, inspired by his acts of kindness. All of those people are just about to break on scene to show us what it means when someone pays forward. And we should appreciate that, we should cherish it, we should take care of that legacy. Chadwick Boseman exhibited the talent, he exhibited the true warrior spirit, and he exhibited the kindest of hearts that we should all carry with ourselves and model our behavior after. And I will let Chadwick send us off with this final clip where I will go now and enjoy yet another trip through Wakanda. After all, that movie, some of you who've been here long enough, they know how much I love that movie and how much it impacted me. And if you really paid attention, and I'm probably gonna drop a bunch of things. I'll fix it afterwards. I'm gonna dust off this edition, special edition that I have of Black Panther, and I'm gonna go and enjoy it. After all, this is an amazing world, and we have ourselves one and only king. Hail to the king. I'll see you guys in the next one. Go and enjoy some of Chadwick's work. Peace.
As you commence to your past, press on with pride and press on with purpose. God bless you. I love you, Howard. Howard forever.
I embrace the wind precision, I embrace the wind collision. Kings to the king's vision, Black